Justice League War World is still trending on HBO's homepage, and that got me thinking. Maybe it's not too late to share my thoughts on this animated feature film featuring the Justice League in the War World. Boom, right there in the title, you'd think they got two big things to accomplish. One, bring together Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman, the big trinity, for a team-up movie where they get to shine and showcase their big three characters. Two, War World. You gotta let fans know it's like DC's version of the Death Star. It's this big all-powerful weapon slash spacecraft. Vandal Savage does a great job of being the caretaker slash pilot in Young Justice, and in this case we got Mongul, who is pretty much known and associated being the pilot of the War World, the leader, the commander. I don't know, it's such an odd thing. Like, what do you call Death Star in Darth Vader's relationship? I don't know. Anyways, let's get into the story. You got these three, Elseworld stories. The first one being Wonder Woman in, the 1800s, and she's taking on Jonah Hex, which kind of just works as a Wonder Woman story. She's a demigod. She's timeless. She could be in the 1800s bumping heads with Jonah Hex. So that one kind of works just as is. I liked Wonder Woman as a cowgirl. And then you got Batman as a caveman. It's like a Conan the Barbarian knockoff. I didn't really care for it that much. I don't care for the Warlord. The subgenre, it's just not my thing. And it didn't really remind me of Bruce Wayne in another character. He's a mercenary, he's a dirtbag. He betrays his friends. It didn't feel like Batman to me. And then finally, the Superman Black and White alien invasion story was actually kind of cool. You have all three characters not knowing that they are who they are, Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman, or Clark, Bruce, and Diana. They have more professional jobs in this story. And it kind of works as an Elseworld DC sci-fi movie. And it brings us more into the story of what it actually is, which is a Martian Manhunter-centered film. And I like the Martian Manhunter, but it's not what they're selling us on. They're selling us on the Trinity, and it kind of pushes them to the side so that Lobo and Mongul can fight over who's going to be in control of the War World, which doesn't really matter who is in control because neither of them know how to run the War World without the Martian DNA. And why is it the Martian DNA? Because story needs to happen. I don't know, historically, has Martian DNA been tied to piloting the War World? It didn't seem like a good thing to rest this whole thing on, and it takes away the agency of Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman. They're not really saving the day. They're kind of standing by and watching. They're kind of helping out, but really it's a Martian Manhunter-centered story, and that's not what I'm signing up for. And then he dies at the end, and the War World is blown up, so it's all kind of rushed. You don't have the gravitas, like I said, that Vandal Savage has of commanding this slow-moving, all-powerful. You need to turn it slowly, both physically out there in space and plot-wise. You can't rush a world story, in my opinion. Which also, like I said, physically, how did they get there exactly? You can't park the War World in the middle of Nebraska. So how did they physically get on? They conveniently go into a spacecraft in the Superman Black and White thing, but physically, how did Martian Manhunter trick them into sleepwalking onto the War World out there in space? At the end, we see it's blown up, and it's in the darkness of space. It's not on Earth. So it kind of cuts corners storytelling-wise, in all kinds of ways. Also, in terms of giving us a Justice League movie with the War World, you didn't have to do any of that Elseworld stuff. You could have had the War World be out in space and Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman have to do something to save the day. I don't know what it is. It could be anything, but I don't know, they chose to have the Matrix style, people in pods powering the thing, and it was, controlled by the Martian Manhunter's ability to do mind control, and that just has nothing to do with Batman, Superman, or Wonder Woman. So it failed to deliver on what it was offering, and I didn't really like what they did offer. And is Martian Manhunter now dead in their new universe before they even got the Justice League together? And it kind of tees up this next one. You three, we need you to save the day next time. It's like, no, no, no. They need to save the day this time. It's a Justice League movie. So those are my thoughts. You know, big bit of a disappointment. And this animated universe, it's been kind of dipping in the quality. So this was their big chance to bring me back around. And now I'm kind of less excited for the next one. So it is what it is. I hope you enjoyed it at least. I've been your boy Diesel Time. Peace.